B. Thiagarajan, Managing Director with Blue Star, joins us. Mr. Thiagarajan, good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'll keep the health question outside this conversation. What's happening because of coronavirus is sad, unfortunate. But let's talk about the economic impact. Is there a threat to Blue Star's supply chain because of your dependence on some key components which currently are being sourced from China?
Good morning. Thank you for having me in your channel. Till March, I do not have any issue. But I think post April first week, we may run out of components. All of us went ahead and indigenized, and while the manufacturing of the finished goods are taking place here, quite a few components we are dependent on international sources from China, from many other countries. What we are figuring out now is, even if you are going to get from Europe or Vietnam, Thailand, any other place, somewhere or other they are connected to China. Therefore, the component supply is going to be impacted by the second week of April, in case this issue is not resolved before that. But the good news is, from 10th onwards, some factories reopened. The workers are coming. The permissions have been given, I believe, by the Chinese authorities for quite a few large manufacturing units. But smaller units, they are yet to secure permission for opening the factories. As you can imagine, the workforce strength there is lower. And also there are some factories, this morning I got to know, they are asking the workers to come every alternate day. Then the blockage or the backlog that is there in the whole freight forwarding sector. I understand that the very first set of containers may move out this week. We got an information about one of our consignments. It's got cleared. Probably it will move on Wednesday. This is an unprecedented event actually. As the summer season will pick up soon. Okay, the good news is February no problem, March no problem, April first half may not be a problem, but all other supplies are scheduled one after the other.
So Thiagarajan, wanted to just understand what percentage of your components are imported from China currently? Would you have an exact figure?
It is very difficult to say so. That, as I mentioned to you, even if I am going to get from Spain, that Spain manufacturers, some component is coming from China. So therefore, roughly around 200 crores worth per month during the summer season may be connected with China, whichever country it is originating from. See, the main issue is India does not have economies of scale for manufacturing components. Our room air conditioner market size at best will be 6.5 to 7 million, and China market size is more than 80 million, and global production of theirs will be touching around 100. In that context, you can imagine we have to go ahead and set up a supply chain within India for the components. But then, while the companies took their own bold step to set up manufacturing of the finished goods, for the components, it is just not possible. You will never be able to manufacture it competitively at all with that small scale. But to top it all, if you look at the union budget, the components are getting taxed, which is an incorrect move. If we want to make in India, the components should not be taxed at all. I understand finished goods getting taxed. This is where we are. Now, this event, it is an unfortunate one. While we regret for this, I think all of us will start rethinking our supply chain in a different manner, and China itself may also rethink differently, that how you can de-risk this kind of connect that all of us have with Chinese manufacturing.
Have you done any prima facie homework in that sense? How do you really plan to decouple from China? Because like you said, irrespective of where you import your components from, there's always the China import and China factor. What are the backup plans?
We will work with the suppliers in Far East, for example, Vietnam, Thailand, and see that their manufacturing unit is complete. As far as India is concerned, you cannot manufacture quite a few components at all with this minuscule market size at all, because the break-even volumes will not be available here. Now, it is important that the domestic market size grows. You can't tax the consumers with higher price, because you have to make it here. You have to make it here in an affordable manner. So for example, a compressor manufacturing, the break-even volume may be as high as 1 million units. With a whole market size at around 7 billion, it is impossible. And the multinationals will have their own compressors being made at their international facilities somewhere or other. Now we will work with Far East players. We will work with even Chinese vendors who are opening up bases in Vietnam, Thailand, so on and so forth. I think it is possible that in about 1 year time, this realignment takes place. It's not only my industry. Quite a few industries will start rethinking this way. So while this is a regrettable event, it opens up an opportunity for us to rethink differently. Where we can go ahead and indigenize, we are boldly doing so.
I personally thought when trade war had started, people will move out of China, they'll come to India. Then came the corporate tax benefit. But even though trade war is real and people want to move their manufacturing outside China, Bangladesh, Thailand and Indonesia are gaining those manufacturing benefits. Our corporate tax rate has come down and we are not getting any large benefits or large impetus to the manufacturing. So, me and my co-anchor Aisha, we were discussing is that why is that? Is it land? Is it labor? Is it cost of capital? What is the issue that for a country which has everything in surplus, we have surplus land, we have surplus labor, no jobs, and we don't have manufacturing which is world class?
Excellent question. I have done some homework on this. I think the real turning point is the RCEP not getting implemented. So in the free trade agreement, if you look at it with Thailand and other places, it's an inverted duty structure. If you get a finished good, it is 0% duty. For all other components, full duty is applicable. Whereas Thailand and China, or Vietnam and China, even the raw materials are at zero duty. So Chinese manufacturers prefer to set up their manufacturing in Thailand or Vietnam. Even Japanese, even Koreans will go that way, because they will get the components at 0% duty from China and other places, and they can send out the finished goods to India at zero duty. So the aberration lies there. That is, we do not have the free trade agreement for the components. See, aluminum, copper, steel, many other things, Thailand or Vietnam gets it at zero duty. The fundamental aberration lies there actually. For some reason, we signed this FTA at some point of a time. Even Indian industry players may have been the cause for that, but we have to revisit that subject.
All right, sir. Really,
it's not about land or labor at all. I am of the opinion India can match those costs.
I hope it changes. I really, really hope it changes, because it's quite an irony to me when I look at unemployment data, and when people tell me that, okay, you have high unemployment, but your cost of employment and cost of labor is still very high. I hope it happens in favor of manufacturing sector. Appreciate your time. We started with coronavirus and we spoke about a topic which I guess needs a lot of scrutiny and a lot of debating, why India is not gaining in manufacturing.